Well, hello, this is Todd White, and I'm the National Sales Manager of Scientific Cutting Tools. Welcome to our booth here at Westec 2023. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our technology that we have here. We make port cavity tools for the aerospace and military industries, and also anything that's hydraulic fluid power connection needs a port or a cavity in it for a connector. What we do to specialize is we put coolant through holes to each flute of the tool to maximize productivity. So you take a current existing technology that we've been making since 1963 and you improve it with things like that. Tool coatings, coolant through holes, so specific ways to maximize productivity in the workspace. We also make Parker Hannafin autoclave tools, medium and high pressure, and we have a very extensive line of port and cavity tools. We do a lot of custom, so we make special tools, and we also modify a lot of standard tools to your specifications, and they're all to military spec or aerospace specifications, so it's very precise. And here I'm going to show you some of our cool features of our thread mills that we manufacture. This thread mill, for instance, has a coolant hole to every flute. So even if it's a blind hole or a through hole thread, the coolant is always in the cut. So it makes it a very high productivity type tool because it can really improve your finishes and throughput. Another thing that we do is we do some carbide tip thread mill cutters that also have coolant through that comes right out in the flute. And these are very effective as well. And you can do really deep threads with this kind of tool. Also, we do a lot of single profile thread mills that have exceptionally deep lengths for when you need to do threads that are kind of coarse and deep in a tough material. Because by having the single row of flutes, the tool pressure is greatly reduced, which enhances the cutting operation because you don't get deflection. That's a big point for us. We also do a lot of helical flute thread mills, and that basically puts the load on a spiral so that all the teeth aren't in the cut at the same time. You're also reducing tool pressure. We've been manufacturing thread mills for 25 years. So we had a lot of experience, and we make a lot of special tools. So if we don't have it in the catalog, send us an email, we can probably make it for you. And we have very good deliveries as well. And again, we'll look at some of our lathe tooling that we have here. We have indexable boring bars that are very small. We go into like a 218 minimum bore starting, and then we go up to about a 1/2 inch shank. We have them with flats or without flats. We have coolant through, and all the bars are carbide for maximum rigidity. We also do a lot in small diameter grooving, boring, and threading tools. We have a small boring bar that goes into a 15 thou minimum bore, and it has the helical flute on it. They're very good for cutting aluminum or any material where they have a long length to bore diameter ratio because they're very free cutting. They also come with a round shank, so you can actually resharpen them if you like on the helix, and then you just have to turn it and put it on center again. We specialize in the holders as well. We make this holder here. It's called our CRT holder. It basically envelops the whole tool with a halo of coolant because it has this little gap in this cap that goes around the whole tool. So then the whole tool ends up being encapsulated in coolant to keep it cool and from getting hot from cutting the chips, and it gives you longer tool life. That's been really exceptional for us. It also has an adjustable backstop in it so that you can turn it and make the tool stick out just as far as you want it to, or suck it in a little bit if you want it to be more rigid in the setup. We do a lot of drill mills and also spotting drills. That's a new thing for us. And those have been very successful, and we have them in several different angles for all the spotting drill needs that you might have. And then we do helical chamfer mills. We have some with 5 flutes, some with 3 flutes. We coat them with our in-house ALTIN Plus coating. That is fantastic in all kinds of materials, especially super alloys and steel and alloy steel. And then we'll finish out with our corner rounding end mills, which are double-ended, and also our engraving tools. One thing you'll notice that we do with all of our tools is we put a really good finish on the flute so that no chips or material will want to adhere to it as you're machining. So it makes everything flow better, and it gives you better tool life and also a better finish on the part. So when we grind that blank, we use a very fine grit wheel to really polish that flute. So that's not electro-polished or anything, it's just ground just like that. These tools are right out of our stock. So when you buy a tool from Scientific, they all have this finish on them. Well, I thank you for joining me today, and I would like to invite you to contact us via email or by our website. And we also have thread milling software available on our website, and we can either write programs for you for our thread mills, or you can use it yourself. It's very user-friendly. And we also have DXF and step files available for all of our cutting tools for your programmers and software people, so they can just import them into their software and they don't have to draw the tool. So please utilize those resources. Thank you very much.